Then by this readings of electric current I and potential difference V, you will plot it on the graph paper. When you will represent current I on x-axis, potential difference V on y-axis, you will get graph like this. How is it? It is a straight line, correct? So, what can we conclude from this activity? In this activity, we will find that approximately the same value for V divided by I, that is potential difference divided by current, is obtained in each case. We have already seen that for each case the value is same. That is why V versus I graph, that is graph between potential difference and electric current, is a straight line that passes through the origin of the graph. That is why we can say that V divided by I is a constant ratio because the value is same. It is constant. In 1827, a German physicist, George Simon Ohm, found out the relationship between the current I flowing in a metallic wire and the potential difference across its terminals. Right now, which activity we learned from this? This physicist named George Simon Ohm has found out the relationship between electric current I and potential difference V. And he has discovered this relationship, that is why it is known as Ohm's law. Now let us learn what it is. The potential difference V across the ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided its temperature remains the same. This is called Ohm's law. This is the statement of Ohm's law, which you all need to remember very well. What it is, let us once again repeat it. The statement of Ohm's law is the potential difference V across the two ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. This much is the statement of Ohm's law. How can we write it as symbolically? It can be written as V proportional to I. Now, how did we get this? Through the activity we have observed that the ratio is constant. You can see in the symbol form we have written V divided by I is equal to constant. That means we got V is proportional to I. V is potential difference. I is an electric current. So from this Ohm's law statement, we can write V is proportional to I. Now we all know to remove proportionality sign, we have to keep some constant. So here we will keep constant R. So how we are writing? V is equal to IR. Now this is the formula by Ohm's law. This is very much important and you have to remember it to solve the sums. V is equal to IR. What is R? R is a constant for the given metallic wire at a given temperature and it is called its resistance. Okay. When we were learning circuit diagram symbols, there we learned resistor and this is resistance. Both are different. Resistor is a component used in an electric circuit. Remember, resistor is an electric component used for electric circuit. What is resistance? It is a constant for given metallic wire. And where we are using it, V is proportional to I. So to remove this proportionality sign, we have to keep a constant, which we are keeping as R, which is a resistance. Remember this. Now what it is? What is this resistance? It is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charges through it. Okay, what is this? From the word itself we can remember resistance. That means here resist word is used. Okay, which means to resist, to stop. So what is resistance? It is the property of a conductor. Conductor means which can conduct electricity. Here what are the conductors? Conductors are wires in this electricity. So it is the property of wire. In other words, we can use of a conductor to resist the flow of charges through it. That means what do this resistance is? This is the phenomena of property of a wire to stop the electric current flowing through it. Now flowing through it means what? From where it will flow? From resistor. Remember, resistor. When we use electric circuit, there will be resistor. So this resistor has the property of resistance, which will stop the flow of charges. SI unit of resistance is ohm. Remember, it is ohm. It is represented by the Greek letter omega. The Greek letter is omega. When we use the SI unit, it should be written as ohm, and you have to pronounce it as ohm. According to Ohm's law, we get value R is equal to V divided by I. How did we get this? From Ohm's law, we got it as V is equal to IR. So if we want to find value of R, it will become R is equal to V divided by I. Here, you need to remember the symbol of R, which is capital R, and SI unit is ohm. You need to remember it. Okay, ohm is the SI unit of resistance. Now look at the equation we got. We got it as R is equal to V divided by I. R is resistance. If we want to find 1 ohm is equal to what? How can we define it as? We can write it as if the potential difference across the two ends of a conductor is 1 volt. V is potential difference, so is 1 volt, and the current through it is 1 ampere. Then the resistance R of the conductor is 1 ohm. That is 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt divided by 1 ampere. In our previous session, I already mentioned that when you have to find 1 ohm or 1 ampere or 1 volt, what do you have to do? In the formula, you have to keep everywhere 1 and you have to write the definition. So easy. So here also we have formula R is equal to V divided by I. R is resistance and unit of resistance is ohm. So if we want to find and if we want to define 1 ohm, what we will do? Everywhere in the formula we will keep 1, 1. So V is potential difference. Unit of potential difference is volt. So it will become 1 volt divided by I. I is electric current. Unit of I is ampere. So we will write 1 ampere. Simple. So it will become 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt divided by 1 ampere. Now again recall equation for Ohm's law. It is V is equal to IR. So if we want to find value of I, what do we get? I is equal to V divided by R. This Ohm's law, one equation you will remember, then you will be able to find value of R as well as I. So I becomes V divided by R, equation 12.7. So from this we can say that the current flowing through a resistor is inversely proportional to its resistance. Why is it so? In the formula we can see I is equal to V divided by R. That means I and R both are inversely proportional to each other. Is it clear to you all? I and R both are inversely proportional to each other. If when they are inversely proportional, what does this mean? You have already studied, right? Direct and indirect proportions. When they are in direct proportional, for example, V and I both are in direct proportional. That means if V increases, I also increases. If V decreases, I decreases. Here, electric current I and resistance R are in indirect proportional. What does this mean? If one increases, other quantity decreases. If I increases, R decreases. If I decreases, R increases. So if we take resistance R doubled, then the current will be half. Okay, as I mentioned that if one quantity increases, other quantity decreases. So if the resistance is doubled, that means if we take it as 2R, then the current gets half. It will become half. So it will become I by 2. If R is increased as 2R, then the current becomes I by 2. So this way, in many practical cases, it is necessary to increase or decrease the current in an electric circuit. Now, in some of the practical cases, it can be necessary to increase the current sometimes or to decrease the current sometimes. So, a component is used to regulate current. To regulate current means to increase or decrease it without changing its voltage sources. So, without disturbing any voltage sources, we can increase the current or decrease the current. So for that, a component is used called variable resistance. In an electric circuit, a device called rheostat is used oftenly to change the resistance in the circuit. Now here a new term for you, new word for you, that is rheostat. What it is? It is a variable resistance. Now variable resistance means what? Which can be changed. The value of resistance can be changed. It is a component used to regulate current without changing the source of voltage. Now, for example, for any electric circuit, we have taken potential difference as 9-volt battery. For example, we are using 9-volt battery. If we need to change the current, if we want to increase current or we want to decrease current, so without disturbing that 9-volt battery, we can change the direction of current and we can increase or we can decrease the current. So for that we have to use a component called variable resistance, and variable resistance is called a rheostat. Remember this, rheostat is what? It is a variable resistance. From words you can remember. Variable resistance means it is a component to regulate current whose value you can change. You can increase it or you can decrease it without changing the voltage source. So what is a variable resistance? It is a rheostat. So this you will remember properly. So this is all about Ohm's law. You have to prepare it well in terms of your exam also. Ohm's law is very much important. So you will remember the statement also, then the mathematical formulas also. This is all about today's session. Thank you.